You can't remember. If you can't remember, I'm sure in due course it will come to mind. Now, before I move on to some other subjects, I see you have bundles of documents with you. Is it anything that would be useful to the Commission?
No, this is just the appointment date so that I could recall.
I see. When were you first appointed as chief of protocol of the ex-president? What period? Can you remind us of the period?
May 2002.
To when?
May 2002 up to May 2006, when I was posted to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for further postings to the AU Secretariat.
Then you came back?
Yes, then I came back.
Yes, when did you come back?
I came back in June 2006.
Until when?
Until February 2012.
12?
Yes.
Now, during the period, sometime that you were chief of protocol, sometime in 2008, monies were transferred to the embassy in Washington, the Gambian embassy in Washington. And documents we have from the embassy shows that about 20 Americans, mostly women, it looks like all of them are women from the names, were being sponsored in various universities.
Well, I don't know the number, but it happened.
The ex-president was sponsoring American women in universities?
Yes, I can remember.
When did this start?
Oh, the date I don't know, but that's a fact. But I couldn't tell any date.
How did he identify these women?
I don't know, really.
There was a beauty pageant that happened sometime around that period. Evidence, at least, that has been laid before the Commission indicates that GNPC, Gambia National Petroleum Company, funds were used for some beauty pageant that happened, and people were invited from the United States. Do you know whether these women were the women who took part in this beauty pageant?
Who? Sorry?
The women.
Well, I don't know how that event was.
Do you remember the beauty pageant first?
Yes, I do.
They were visitors from the United States.
That's correct.
And they were American women who took part in that beauty pageant.
That's correct, ma'am.
Do you know whether these women that are who are being sponsored by the ex-president were the women who took part in that beauty pageant?
Well, yes.
They were.
They were.
Do you know how long he sponsored them for?
No, I don't know.
Actually, the money that was sent to the embassy came from the central bank and from the proceeds of the sale of Gamtel shares. Did you ever have to send money to any of these women as chief of protocol?
I cannot recall.
You cannot recall?
I cannot recall.
Did you ever have to send money to any women at all as chief of protocol?
Any?
Any women outside of the Gambia?
Yes.
Which women were these?
I cannot remember the name, but an American.
We would like you to think about it and maybe make a list. If you try to remember women that were being sponsored by the ex-president.
Okay.
When he was, during the period that you served as chief of protocol. I'll just move on to, sorry, unless you have some questions. The Gambia Animal Feed and Rice Project, which you mentioned, you were signatory to the Trust Bank account for this rice project. How did you become signatory to this rice project?
Well, it was an instruction from the former president for me to become a signatory to,
Why?
To that account.
You were chief of protocol, you were not responsible for operations at the office of the president. There were enough permanent secretaries who were already signatories to various accounts. So why would you also become a signatory? Did he have any reason for this?
Oh no, he didn't tell me. He didn't give any reason. He just wanted me to be one. But I don't remember, even being a secretary, having made any withdrawal.
You don't remember
or signing any check to that effect.
Did you meet the other signatories who were supposed to be the investors? Saud Gandor, Richard Gandor?
No, I don't remember meeting them.
Right. Mr. Ceesay, these are the questions I have for you today. What I would like you to do, because it appears there were so many transactions that were also done over the counter, which we are still tracking. If you do have any records, could you kindly provide them to us?
I will certainly do.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have any further questions for Mr. Ceesay today.
Mr. Ceesay, one quick question. In executing your duties, did you at any point in time feel conflicted between serving the ex-president and serving the country?
Say it again, please.
Did you at any point in time feel conflicted, with regards to serving the president as opposed to serving the country? Was there any sort of internal conflict?
No.
You were comfortable doing everything?
Yes, because I think I was serving the country.
Thank you.
Just one question.
Yes, sir.
I think you mentioned that there were 3 or 4 teachers.
That's correct.
For Mohammed
That's correct.
Jammeh, the president's son.
That's correct.
Now, those 3 or 4 teachers, were they foreign teachers specially brought to the Gambia?
For that purpose.
Sorry?
Yeah.
I heard you say for that purpose.
Yeah, they were specially brought to teach Muhammad from America.
And they were resident here?
That's correct, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Just as a follow-up question from the chairman's question for your confirmation, Mrs. Fatunjai, the protocol officer, who was the protocol officer for the ex-first lady, gave evidence before this commission that the teachers were lodged at Leibato Hotel at Atlantic Road, Fajara. Do you confirm this?
That's correct.
That's correct?
That's correct.
The apartments were leased for them at Leibato Hotel.
That's correct.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You may leave.
Thank you, sir.